Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening from wherever you're watching us from all over the world. Now, we discovered that there's no better time than now to be reminded of the fact that lassa fever has been ravaging the lives of people, most especially in this community, and not only in this community, in Nigeria at large, even in West Africa, especially Nigeria, Liberia, Ghana, and most of the West African countries. And then from 2000 and 2003, we've also discovered that cases have been isolated in Germany, Netherlands, and the United Kingdom. So that this video should just let you know the menace, the havoc that Lassa fever has been causing. Now, epidemiologically, from statistical point of view, it is described that every year about 100,000 to 300,000 cases are discovered every year, and about 5,000 people die every year. Now we see the havoc Lassa fever is working on the lives of people. Now we are making this video for you people to be aware of one, there's Lassa fever. It exists. A lot of you do not really believe in it. It really exists. We're going to be showing you some videos that will make you surely believe that Lassa fever exists. And there are a lot of people that are contracting the disease right now, and there are a lot of people that are sick of Lassa fever right now. Now, I have referred a lot of people to the teaching hospital because of this same Lassa fever, because their samples were sent to the teaching hospital, and it was confirmed that they had Lassa fever. Now, the history of Lassa fever, how did it start? Now, Lassa fever itself is a viral hemorrhagic fever. It's one of the viral hemorrhagic fevers. Other viral hemorrhagic fevers include Ebola, Marburg, yellow fever. But the one we're going to be talking about today is Lassa fever, because that is the one that's really ravaging the lives of people today. Now, it's a viral hemorrhagic fever. Why do you call it a viral hemorrhagic fever? Because it is caused by a virus. And the name of the virus is Lassa virus. It's caused by a rat. Now, this is a picture of the virus. Now, some people, it's first of all described in a town called Lassa in Borno State. Now, that time in 1969, about 3 nurses came to Nigeria, missionary nurses that came to Nigeria for their missionary work. Now, one was discovered to be sick, and then she died of Lassa fever. We didn't know what actually caused the death of that one. The second person was sick again because she attended to the first person, and then she died of that same disease again. Nobody knew. It was when the third person was taken out of Nigeria, and then that was when they got to know that she had Lassa fever. So that was how we got to know that the first 2 people died of Lassa fever. May their soul rest in peace. I think their names are Laura Wine and Charlotte Shaw. May their soul rest in perfect peace. Now, this Lassa fever of a thing really exists. Now, these are the statistics of Lassa fever. People that have died just in February alone. These are the number of people that have died of Lassa fever, the number of cases that have been confirmed, and the number of people that have actually contracted this disease, number of people that have died. Now, we tell people, now, Lassa fever can be gotten from rats. A lot of you eat this rat, especially rodents. You eat this rat. We tell people, stop it. This period, stay away from any rodent at all. Stay away from it. Now, the kind of rat that causes Lassa fever, we call it the multi-mammoth rat. Now, the reason why we call it the multi-mammoth rat is because there are rats that have multiple breasts on their chest. Okay, when you kill a rat, you can check the breast. When you see that multiple breasts, these are the kind of rat that cause Lassa fever. So please, all of us, we have to be aware. Now, most of the time, this rat come from the bush because of dry season. They come from the bushes and enter into our houses, put mouth in our food. Now, because this thing is rampant in the dry season, they come from inside the bush because there's no food in the bush again. They come inside the houses and then they put mouth in our food. Now, look at the way some people process their gari. This is gari we eat. Some people dry their gari inside the sun. Now, these are not the kind of gari we eat. Nigeria is, of course, we understand that there's poverty in Nigeria these days and things are very hard. A lot of people cannot afford the garri that they fry. This is the one they can afford, the one they sun dry. And now when you put this one inside the sun, the rat will come from the bush and then put mouth inside this kind of garri. The rat can even urinate on this kind of garri. Now this kind of garri are cheaper than the ones that they fry. And so a lot of people will be able to afford this kind of garri. They will not be able to afford that one that is fried. When you fry garri very well and it is heated very well, the virus can actually die. But when you just sun dry it like this, the virus, you can't subject the virus to anything, the virus cannot die. When you eat this kind of garri, you are going to contract Lassa fever. Now look at the other ways of doing things. Now, this is wrong. Now, this is the appropriate way to actually process garri. This is the normal way. The garri that they fry. they subject to a very high temperature that can actually kill the virus. When you eat this kind of gari, nothing can happen to you. Now, another advice I want to give to you guys is, even if it's the other one that you can afford, yeah, fine, you can buy it and refry it yourself. Even if they tell you they fry it before, you can still refry it yourself to subject it to that heat so that that virus can die. Now, when you have this disease, you will be having fever, very high fever, that can even confuse some medical practitioners. It can confuse your doctor, it can confuse your nurse. They may think that you have malaria, they may think that you have typhoid, but when you have been treated of malaria and typhoid for a long time, and then the temperature still remains high, 39, 40 degrees centigrade, there's a high index of suspicion. We should suspect that that suspect may be having lassa fever. Now, these are other signs and symptoms of fever that can actually show that this person has lassa fever. As medical practitioners, we should have high index of suspicion. Now, when you have vomiting, abdominal pains, these are other signs. Sometimes it can mimic ulcer. The person will be having serious abdominal pain, and you will think it's ulcer. When you see that serious abdominal pain, person is vomiting, and the temperature is very high. Please, a high index of suspicion is needed on the part of that doctor or that nurse to suspect lassa fever. The suspicion too can also come down with conjunctivitis. The eye will be red, the mouth can be red, they can be bleeding from any part of the body. When you see these things, please protect yourself as a medical practitioner. Please enlighten your nurses, enlighten everybody that is working with you, so that you stay clear of such patient, or you isolate that kind of person until proven otherwise. Now, these are just the summary of the signs and symptoms that you'll be seeing. Now, how to prevent it? Please eliminate all rats. Eliminate all rats until proven otherwise. Set trap for them and kill them. Stop eating rats. Now, the proper waste disposal. See, look at the way some people dispose their waste. Now, these are things that attract rats into our surroundings. These are things that attract rats. This is not a proper waste disposal system. These are things that attract all these rodents from the bushes, and then they enter into our surroundings, they enter into our houses, and they put mouth in our food. These things are not right. We should do the right thing. Now, a lot of people keep cats in their house. Yeah, fine. It's good to keep cats in your house. Cats help to eliminate rats. When they see rats, they want to kill the rat. So when you keep cats at home as a pet, it can help you to eliminate all kind of rats you have. Either the one that is carrying lassa or the one that is not carrying lassa. A cat or whatever cat you have at home will help you to dismantle the rat and kill the rat and eliminate the rat. Now, keep your food in tight-fitting containers. Rats can easily open some containers. Let it be tight-fitting. And if you're a medical practitioner, these are ways to dress. When you're suspecting a case, please, this is a way to dress to protect yourself and protect your staff, protect everything around you, because health is wealth. This is when you are alive, you can attend to people. Now, more importantly is hand washing. We're going to show you a video on how to wash. It's a separate video on how to wash hands. We're also going to show you a video of somebody who has been treated of lassa fever, and then the person come back to this hospital to give a testimony. We are going to show you a video on step by step on proper hand washing system, on how to wash your hand. Please, this is very, very important. Apart from the fact that it prevents lassa fever, it also helps to prevent other diseases.